Buckle up for another episode of Ghost Facers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun as always is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm just a simple country pre-law lawyer. I'm here today to represent my client, my brother, who I have no conflicting interest in.
Wait, is that me?
My brother in podcasting.
Oh.
I'd like to call my first witness. Objection.
What?
Sustained.
I think you're allowed to call a witness.
I'd like to call my first witness me.
Oh, you're okay.
All right, son. Now, you know you got to tell the truth, the whole truth. I know my rights. I know what I have to do here. All right, now calm down, son.
It's a clump situation.
This is definitely my clumps. My lovely lady clump.
Check it out.
Let's get it.
Ghost Facers! We're facing ghosts, when others will not, we're ghosts! Ghost Facers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot! Ghost Facers! We're facing nightmare, we're facing dread! Ghost Facers! We're facing faceless, we're facing dead!
Welcome to Ghost Facers. Today we're discussing Season 7, Episode 4, Defending Your Podcast Recordings.
Yeah. Defending your life.
Yeah.
Your life.
My life.
My life.
I definitely. Oh my God! I haven't even talked about this on the podcast anywhere yet.
Wait, what?
The fact that I met the president of Kazakhstan.
Oh, yeah. What a weird segue. Yeah, that's right. How was that?
It was fine. It was not. It was actually much less fun than I was expecting it to be. It ended up being
Did you say my wife?
I didn't get a chance.
Or high five?
No. And I ended up getting like what felt kind of like suckered into a like PowerPoint what is it like where they sell like vacation spots that you have to like
Timeshares?
It felt kind of like a timeshare.
But the president of Kazakhstan was personally selling timeshares?
Well, he was there, or they were there.
Come to beautiful Kazakhstan. You meet me, the president. Look no further.
It was interesting.
I fucking love that Kazakhstan lives up to its fake reputation.
It absolutely does.
That's great.
And and I was like for like a 2 hours watching this like economic discussion about Kazakhstan and its like values as like a commodity based.
But I've
like,
lovely
society.
views. Never before you've been so close to Russian border.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that was kind of part of the pitch.
Yeah. Well.
It was like, so then I bailed halfway through.
That's hilarious.
Because I was just like, this is so boring. And then they were like, let's all talk about like our different jobs we all have. And I was like, I after break. And I was like, cool, I'm out. So I left.
That's amazing. I love that you just casually get to meet foreign dignitaries and you just go like, this is boring. I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I have more important things to do.
I mean, when you say it like that, but I mean, yeah, I do.
Wow. Sorry, Burundi, we didn't have time to meet.
Look, I saw your presentation. I've seen Borat. I get it. I get Kazakhstan.
Do the sleeve of wizard bit.
Yeah.
Do the...
Yeah. Luckily, they didn't find out I was a Jew.
Yeah.
So this episode aired October 14th,
Cool.
2011.
Yeah.
This is our first time recording this episode.
And we know what we're doing.
Yep, we're good at this.
And we freshly watched the show.
I mean,
well,
I did.
I didn't.
I didn't watch it live.
I watched it a week ago when this was meant to have worked. By the way, just look at it right now and tell me that you're not recording over the Dr. DC episode for this week.
I mean, I am, but I'd already saved out.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's usually what I do. I think I have a rough idea what may have happened last month, but
okay.
Or last week, but it's fine. Okay. It won't happen again. I swear to God, it won't happen again.
It better fucking not.
Look, this has never happened before.
I can't tell you how much I'll blow my top if...
Oh my God. Baby, this has never happened before. I swear to God.
By blow my top, I mean...
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Shoot your brains out. Yeah. So listen to the Dr. DC podcast if you want more context of what's going on in my life.
Why? What's happening?
This episode was directed by Robert Singer.
Yeah.
And written by Adam Glass.
Yeah.
Don't throw stones at Adam.
Yep. Fuck.
No, this is the first time we really gotta sell it.
Fucking energy.
It's been a week. We got a week's worth of time from this, and I watched it for the first time this week. So not for the first time, but first time in months, years since I watched this.
So you also weren't prepared last week when we recorded.
Yeah.
Okay,
Name one other way I was not prepared.
I mean, I don't know how I would know. You still read verbatim off your fucking tablet anyway.
Yeah, not verbatim. It's a summary.
I love when we talk about a thing, we get ahead of it, and then you look at your notes, you'd be like, well, I couldn't possibly just skip notes to where we are. I better read it all.
Okay, first of all, I gotten way better at that.
Have you?
I have gotten way better at it. Trust me.
I mean, I'm here for all of it.
I listen to, now I read along with what you're saying and then continue on for the most part. I almost never go back anymore.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Let's just say it's a good thing last week's episode didn't work out.
You can't even say that because I
Would
can't
it really
prove it.
that point wrong?
I can't prove it.
I can.
I
was there.
You fucking asshole.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
This episode was viewed by an estimated.
Oh, it's like 1.7 or something?
No, it's much funnier than that.
Oh, 1.69.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, of course.
You can't say it. We have to pretend like this is the first time.
Oh, sorry. Let's take that again.
Yeah. Viewed by an estimated.
I don't know.
1.69
nice
million viewers.
No, I didn't like that. That was a bad read.
Disingenuous.
Yeah.
You fucking sham.
I'm trying to oversell it now.
I thought you were an actor.
Well, there's a reason I do this now.
Yeah, fair. I also didn't get that role, so.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. It's fine. I knew I wasn't going to get it.
I don't know. You were talking about game.
I was not. I even said in the message I said to you, I was like, I'm probably not going to get it, but it was fun to do.
Okay. I've spent my whole life acting, of course.
No, that's not what I said. I said I did act a bunch as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, acting's in my blood.
Only because you were like, acting? That's insane that you would ever think about acting.
You're not an actor.
But anybody could be an actor.
Yeah, I mean, that's technically
at
true.
any
in
point,
the way that
anyone
can be a welder, but you still have to learn it.
No, you don't. So many actors who are like great actors never learned it. They just did it. It's the same as like riding a bike. You can just figure it out.
I mean, people famously learn to ride bikes. It's weird.
Yeah, but they teach themselves.
No.
Sometimes.
No, most people have parents.
What are those?
I mean, most, not all. Might have a friend that teaches them.
I had some very interested uncles.
You say you taught yourself to ride a bike?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
I had some family members who were really invested in me.
We can't.
So invested.
No.
All right. Let's watch the promo.
Nice. Fuck.
That was actually a pretty decent promo.
It's an okay promo.
Yeah, we watched it
but
right
it's
now.
It's not 100% what the episode is.
No.
Don't ask me why, but I'm pretty sure that that's right.
Do you actually want to watch the promo to remind yourself?
It's fine. We did. I remember.
We have.
And I did. Now.
Don't lie.
Just don't ask me to expand on it or provide any context.
So bad. International titles.
Yeah, hit me.
This title was...
I legit don't remember this.
Good. The title was taken from the film Defending Your Life, 1991, by Albert Brooks.
Oh, right. I have no idea what this movie is. I still have never seen it.
No. In the film, the recently dead wait to have their fate determined, whether they will go to heaven or be sent back to Earth for a new life. The determination is
Love
made...
that hell's not even an option.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's Earth.
No.
Yeah, the determination is made during a trial-like procedure.
Right.
We have 3 titles.
Okay.
Starting with the French.
French title is...
As he goes and says the exact titles for everything.
Well, I'm trying... I don't remember. I wish I did. French title's probably something like... like the weighing your life or something like that. Like the weight of guilt, something like that.
Getting close to a different one,
Oh,
but
fuck.
the French title is one word. Osiris.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Shit. Fuck. Yes, that was one. Fuck. Damn it.
The Hungarian title, though, is The Weight of Our Sins.
Okay. All right. That's a
Absolutely.
pretty good one.
But the German title. You
Oh,
liked
fuck.
the German
What was the
title.
German
Or
one?
I think you might like the German
The
title.
German one is... The German one is... can we ever atone for our mistakes?
Some may say the weight is unbearable for our
Yeah.
sins.
Yeah. Out damn spot.
Yeah. Thump, thump,
Yeah,
thump, thump.
yeah,
That's all
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
A telltale mistake we did a long time ago.
Yikes.
No, the German title is Witness for the Prosecution.
Oh, right. Yeah, which, I guess.
that works.
Yeah.
Featured music from this episode, we've got Down South Jukin by Leonard Skinner.
Gave her the old down south juke.
Hey, put your jukes up.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tried to last longer, but I just down south juked. I just...
Ate too much fried chicken and now I'm gonna totally juke.
Yeah, I suffer from premature down south juking.
Yeah. I slept with a Jewish girl in Alabama and now I'm down south jukin.
Jesus. Good Lord. Listen, that's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
This is so not related other than
Okay.
other than the down south thing made me think of it.
Okay.
Where my parents live in Ontario,
Yes.
not too far from where they live.
Yeah.
There is a there's a poultry like farm / like where you could buy like meat and chicken wings and stuff like that. It's like a butcher. But it's called
Like an abattoir.
But it's called Southern Fried Chicken.
Oh no.
But it's only like it's like 20 minutes south of KW. Like it's not south, but it's called just like the
like
word
Southern Ontario
but
is
the
what
word
there's
Southern Pride.
Yeah.
But now every time my dad says that I pointed it out. Now he just goes, went on down to Southern Pride Chicken. Like, every time he's like says it that way now.
I mean, that's very funny.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad. So,
I was down south juking at Southern Pride Chicken.
but when your dad does it, does he do it like, I was down south juking?
No, he actually manages barely this one. Yeah, my dad famously
can do accents.
but not the ones he's trying to do. Yeah.
My favorite one is still the Jamaican one.
He tried to do Jamaican one. Yeah. No. That's what it was.
Oh,
Because there was that gum ad when we were kids. It was like a 2-layer Trident thing, and each layer was a different flavor.
Did it come out Indian?
No. So the ad was a Jamaican guy saying, "I got 2 jobs."
Yeah.
And like that was the gum ad.
Yeah.
My dad tried to do it, and it came out like,
Oh yeah, no.
it came out Japanese. It was like, I have a 2 job. It was like, you got to stop doing accents, man.
That's so fucking funny.
I mean, I don't know why that's when I stopped him. I'm going to try to do a Jamaican accent, but
I was gonna say.
I could have stopped him there too.
No.
Yeah. Even if he nailed it,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of my comedy bit. Yeah. All right. 4 a.m. Blues by Barrett Johnson is the second song on this episode.
Okay.
TV Guide describes this as Sam and Dean hunt a vengeful Egyptian god who kills people for their sins. When they find him, he puts Dean on trial for his past mistakes and threatens to kill him if he's found guilty.
Is he vengeful?
Yeah, I don't know if he's...
I don't know. That's how I describe
They also
him.
don't really talk about his motivation, period.
Well, I think it's because it's unclear.
Yes,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
But before we talk about today's episode, why don't we open up Dad's journal and learn about some of the real world lore?
Oh, fuck.
Are you kidding me?
It's not pulled up because I forgot this was part of it,
Uh-huh.
and I did it last week.
You have it on your phone, though, don't
I
you?
don't, because I was freeballing it last week. And now I'm going to freeball it off the dome.
Wow.
Let's see what the lore says about Osiris.
I can't believe we didn't remember we were going to do this.
And I'm freeballing the
my
lore.
God.
So
Uh-huh.
Osiris.
Yeah.
Egyptian.
We got the name. It's
Egyptian.
famous skate company shoe.
A joke you made last week for sure.
Shut up. You can't say that.
I intend to.
Oh, no.
Egyptian god of the underworld.
Uh-huh.
Osiris.
Need a drink for this one.
Osiris is depicted as having like green skin and holding like, you know, like that like crook and the like sort of staff with like the whip on the end of it, like those kind of classic Egyptian things. He's depicted that way. He's often depicted with his legs wrapped up, like bandaged, like a mummy, and that's because in the myth of Osiris, Osiris is killed by his brother Set, and Set like chops him up and like distributes his body across
so
the
fucking
desert.
weird.
His wife Isis makes a Grady video.
You made that joke last week.
His wife Isis basically like puts him back together and like bandages him. Yeah. That's where that bandage imagery comes from. Puts him back together. And so Osiris comes to represent this sort of like a cycle of death and rebirth. Sure. So he's not only the god of the underworld, he also ends up being a god of like springtime things like fertility, crops, shit like stuff that returns from the dead.
Yeah.
It's thought possibly that myth of Osiris and some of the story of Osiris the god actually comes from someone who lived and was a king. And then it got folded into like the theology, the mythology of Osiris. Sure, yeah. Interestingly, when we think of like societies that worship multiple gods, we kind of just assume they just worship them all in equal measure based on what they represent.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily true. You have like patron gods, like, you know, the I'm going to get it wrong, but like Athens would have a different patron god than Sparta would have a different patron god than whatever. Same thing was true for the Egyptians. And they talk about how in early Egyptian dynasties, the worship of Ra, the sun god, was like the most. And around like the 5th...
It just doesn't feel the same. Like you got to worship Ra.
What? Hang on.
You know, like when you don't worship Ra, it's just like,
oh no,
it's not as good.
Oh no.
You just like Ra's, it just feels better.
I think you tried to make this joke and you tried to say Raw dog last week, and I was like, well, Anubis is the jackal.
Look. It's funnier now. I've got a second take, all right?
Yeah, this is good. This is good for us. But they said around the 5th dynasty of Egypt, it really shifted to Osiris worship.
Sure, yeah.
So, you know, if you got like lots of rain in the springtime and it helped your crops, that's an Osiris thing. He's kind of like started fertility. All these things kind of became part of the purview of Osiris.
Which is none of the things that they talk about in this.
And the thing they talk about in this, the idea of judging, is like barely a thing of Osiris's. There was some brief mention of judgment, but
nothing to do with like the weight of your guilt.
And also he's the god of the underworld, all the dead, all of them.
Yeah, which like doesn't make it. He's not like Satan though. Like
no, there is some reference to like it'd be like if when he. I believe the judgment piece was, if you were deemed worthy, you got right into the underworld. And if you didn't, you had to go to like, you had to like serve it some, basically what we would call like purgatory time, until you were worthy, and then you would come back in. And there's supposed to be some sort of reference to like a fire island or things like that people think maybe influenced like medieval views of hell, like the flames and stuff like that. Yeah. But really, all that shit, the shit that we're doing in this episode with Osiris is like kind of not in there.
But not at all. No.
There you go. That was off the fucking dome.
Wow. It literally seemed like you read it from something.
I didn't. People are going to hear that and think that you're calling me out for like.
No, I'm not doing that. You didn't just put away something that you.
That was off the goddamn dome.
Sure, it was.
I'm one take Jake. I spit fire and I never start over. Oh, shit. Let me start over.
All right. Well, with that, why don't we get into today's episode? We begin with the then, which obviously talks a lot about Joe. We get images of Joe and her death and a lot of the stuff that we've seen, especially from last episode with
Dean and Amy.
Dean and killing Amy and all of that. It's really just like re-emphasizing all of the things that Dean was probably going to feel bad about.
Yeah.
And we get...
Oh, is this a Dean guilt episode?
Yeah, big surprise.
Yeah.
Kind of what Bobby says. Yeah. We begin with the now in Dearborn, Michigan, a place I've been many a times.
Why did this come out? Oh, we read a comic on the other podcast that took place in Dearborn.
Yeah, that's right. I wish it was in Hell, Michigan.
Is there a place called Hell, Michigan?
Yeah, it fucking rules because there's a whole bunch of shirts you can get. It says like I went to hell.
That's fun. That's cute. Yeah.
We're in Dearborn, and a man, Matthew Hammond, nephew to the dinosaur baron.
Yes. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Runs from a pursuing car and ducks down an alleyway.
Yeah, and then he stops running because their vision's based on movement.
I once tried to create a half pig, half nut called a Hammond.
Jesus. There's probably something gross I can say there, but I won't.
What? You nutting a pig?
Half pig, half nut.
Look, we've all had a few too many drinks.
Jesus. Keep going.
The car somehow gets ahead of him and continues the pursuit. And Hammond ducks into a building.
I think it's his building.
Yes.
Yeah.
He runs up to his apartment and locks the door behind him, gasping for breath.
Yeah. And then he turns around and the fucking headlights are there.
Yeah.
The car's up
he's got the cold air, and then he turns around and is like...
So good.
Yeah.
And the car runs into him.
And we get a classic splat, but the splat is the beginning of the episode.
It's hard for me not to laugh at this, though, and think of the old people are driving episode of South Park.
Yes. Where they're
is this the way to country kitchen buffet? Because they do that joke where they like hide upstairs and then a car is just there. Yeah.
So funny. Dean and Sam arrive in Dearborn now. And Sam briefly clutches his scar on his hand. And so it's funny because it's very much a moment where you don't even know what Sam is seeing or dealing with right now. Yeah. You just know that he's... Because
and we don't do that at all in this episode. Like, we don't see Lucifer. We don't see a hallucination, but...
You know Sam's going through it.
But occasionally we get a little... a little bit of that business,
What's interesting, though, is that like the acting is actually pretty decent because the Dean even goes like, "Oh, something's a little wonky here," and Sam's look is like, "Oh shit, is the thing that I'm seeing real?"
Yeah.
And then Dean goes, and then he makes a comment about like the fact that they're on a regular case, and Sam's looks relieved, like he's like, "Oh, okay, it is a thing that I thought was fake."
Yeah, so they're dressed in suits. They're at the crime scene, that we just witnessed, basically. It is funny to me, though, that, like, they're being hunted by Leviathan. And so then they're just like, should we just work a regular case? It's
no one's like, maybe we shouldn't put
They don't know where the Leviathan are. They could be anyone. They could be anywhere. And they're just like, in pub. Like, shouldn't they be hiding? They should be hiding more. Yeah.
It's the most daylight they could ever be in.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's a theme of a different type of episode because it's so well
I like... it's funny that Dean mentions it because I also like being like, oh, a regular episode.
Yeah.
But the when in this season it happens feels weird
weirdly placed.
Because even Sam is like, well, we'll catch up with the Leviathans later. It's like, no.
Yeah. Also, I was like, was that ADR? Like, yeah.
That was the production assistant or something.
So they go into an apartment, the one from the previous crime, and identifying themselves as FBI agent, the detective in charge explains.
Yeah, it looks great. Like the wall, like punched out, bricks missing, the blood.
The FBI agent's like, if we weren't on the 10th floor, I would have thought that this was a car accident.
Yeah, I love it.
Sam confirms that there are EMF readings and finds some kind of red dirt on the carpet.
Yeah.
Dean figures that it's a ghost and finds an Alcoholics Anonymous chip. Yeah, this is where we could get another weird comment from Dean.
Man, Dean is weird in this episode because Dean is like, oh, so he's dead and sober? Bummer.
Yeah.
It's like, that was like an accomplishment of his. And this episode, like, it never goes anywhere. Yeah. But this episode does this weird thing where they start to pretend like the Dean drinking thing we've seen for 6 seasons is now a problem.
Yes.
And, like, it's not different. It's not worse, but we get, like, there's a bit later where Sam's like, are you going drinking again? Like, some like shit like that.
Scorned
like,
wife or something? Yeah.
It's so... it feels so arbitrary, and Dean like casting aspersions on this guy that worked so hard. A 10-year sobriety chip is amazing, and he's like, "Whoa, bummer! I'm gonna go get hammered. I'm Dean
Hammunder."
Yeah.
Sam finds receipts for $50 a month that Hammond spent on a place called Jane's.
Yeah.
So
Jane, Bare Naked Ladies song.
Yeah. Not one of their top songs.
It was a radio song
in Canada, probably in like around the GTA.
Obviously in Canada, it's the Bare Naked Ladies.
Sam,
it's on their greatest hits album. It counts.
More like they're great. No. Sam talks.
Were you meant to say because they're Bare Naked Ladies, they should have called their greatest hits album?
Yeah.
If they weren't as like nice guys as they were,
right? Like
brand wise, bad for them as a band, but
name
wise. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Should have been called Greatest Hits. Fuck. What a missed opportunity.
Right? Just say Bare Naked
What a missed opportunity to alienate all their audience.
Yeah, but just like to see Bare Naked Ladies' greatest hits. And then just like 10 live down in a row.
Fuck.
And then like free steak on the back or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I just like listening to because the wings are good.
Yeah. Paul?
Yeah, I'm listening to this for the articles.
Yeah. I made a Wings reference. Yeah, get it. Sam talks to the...
Oh, who gives a shit about that wing? Sorry, keep going.
Sam talks to the AA counselor and says that Hammond had some kind of problem the night that he had died.
Yeah, because he like called her and was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like, well, I don't think he said I'm going to fall off the wagon, but
yeah,
she describes that he was like gonna have a drink. She talks him out of it.
Yeah,
whatever. But he was like in a state.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dean confirms that Jane's is a flower shop and talks to the clerk. She says that Hammond had prepaid for her to continue delivering flowers to a woman called Elizabeth Duran. The brothers then go to the address and realize that it's a cemetery.
Well, Dean is like, so where is this lady? And like the clerk kind of goes like, huh? And you learn that it's a cemetery. It's a grave of like a 10-year-old girl that was killed.
Yeah.
They dig into it and they find out that she was killed when Buddy Guy years ago, drunk, like backed up his car over her or some bullshit like that. Like something real gruesome.
Yeah.
He obviously, you know, I mean, it doesn't change it, but he obviously feels horrible because he's been refreshing the flowers on the grave and he's gone sober and he's clearly, you know.
So the guys immediately are like, "Oh, we've solved it. We'll salt and burn. Case closed."
Yeah, and
oh yeah, this
and
moment.
Dean, who at the start of the episode was like a normal case, now is like, ugh, we gotta salt and burn the bones of a kid.
That thing that we do all of the time. Yeah.
It's like this is the best case scenario for if this was a regular case.
Totally.
Would be we figured it out, salt and burn the bones. Like
yeah. What
do you want, Dean?
Yeah.
Do you want a regular case or do you want it like...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all cases are bummers. People die. Like, you're only on a case ever because someone died.
Yeah.
With I guess the exception of Bad Day at Black Rock?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Which then it's just bad stuff happening to them. Like,
yeah.
We then cut to Christopher Fisher.
Or the Wishing Well one, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
But, yeah.
We cut to Christopher Fisher, who is running down the street from a dog.
Yes.
He runs into a diner and locks the door and then runs into the bathroom.
So this bar, I clocked this. I felt really good about this. This is the bar that we see in the Mannequin episode.
Yeah. Totally is.
The same like Irish pub or whatever. It's called like O'Hare's or insert random Irish name.
Yeah. Try chi-chis.
Yeah. Oh, potato.
Yeah, it's Omashio's killed our house.
Yeah. Omaggio's is so fucking funny. An Italian-Irish fusion place.
The best part is that the guy isn't actually even Italian. That
He was neither.
Yeah, he was neither. He just like he took on the Italian moniker because his wife was Italian, and so he married into that family.
It'd be funny if it was like even further from it was like Irish and like Romanian, like Nescu's, like some shit like that would be really funny. Yeah,
Polish.
Yeah,
Osklatskis.
Yeah, Osafranovs.
Yeah,
yes, very Irish.
Jewish, old Goldsteins. Omaggio is really the best.
Omaggio's is the best one.
Yeah.
But I like the idea.
Yeah. We'll go there one day.
Yeah.
No one sees the dog while Fisher calls 911 and asks for help.
Like from the bathroom. He's locked himself in the bathroom.
I almost said he calls 911. That's how you know where my brain's at.
Hello? 911?
Yeah. One, please.
So... yeah, he calls, and as he's calling them, we see in the mirror the dog is already in there with him. The dog starts like ripping him apart. And on the other end of the phone, you just hear like, "Sir, calm down." He's like screaming. And it's like, "Sir, calm down. Calm down, sir. Sir, calm down."
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah. The brothers then return to the hotel the next day and read a story about Fisher being attacked by a wild animal in the restroom of the diner, and no one saw anything.
Yeah.
5 years ago, Fisher was arrested for running illegal dog fights.
Cool.
Sam.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said this.
What's wrong with that?
I think it was the thing I said last time, but I know somebody who, loved to watch dogs wrestle, and they were like, it would be great if people would pay to see this. Like it's so fun. It's like
I hate to tell you, but
they do.
Yeah. they definitely do.
Yeah. Sam.
I think what I want to do, like this is a weird tourism thing. I want to go and see one of those like snake and mongoose pit fights. Like from the beginning of Casino Royale.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I want to see that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Sam checks and learns that Fisher worked at a volunteer animal service even after he served his sentence.
Yeah.
And raised a lot of money to make a difference.
Also clearly like remorseful and trying to, make some sort of amends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam wants to go check the body and Dean hesitates, but then insists that he's fine. The brothers check, I think partly because like his experience maybe with dogs, with like hellhounds. I don't know why he was.
I'm not 100% sure either, but maybe.
The brothers check with the coroner and find the same red dirt on the body.
Yeah. It's just like regular red dirt. It's not like clay or like copper dust or like.
I do remember like it was one of like the things that I remembered the most about flying to Florida when I was a kid, because we stopped in like we had a few stops along the way, and I remember like flying into like was it like Colorado or something like that? But like
sorry, you flew to Florida via Colorado?
I don't remember where.
Man, the hub system in the States.
I don't remember where it was. I also don't know where the states are. But anyways, we
clearly.
Why would I? I don't know.
I mean, Colorado is famously in the mountains, in the Rockies. Florida is directly south from Ontario.
Anyways,
it's a 4-hour nonstop flight.
All right. One of the places we landed had red dirt, and I was like, "That's really weird." But anyways, they go to a place.
We had to make a stop in Casablanca before circling back around to Miami.
It's like those like old like Looney Tune cartoons with like
yeah,
double back.
Yeah. Oh no, this is Florida, Spain.
Yeah.
Shit.
They track it to an abandoned apple farm that also has the same red dirt, but as they drive toward it, a man steps out in front of them.
Yeah, he's looking pretty disheveled. Yeah, he runs out in the road.
Yeah. Just in time, they stop for the man as he tries to catch his breath. So they take him to the hotel, and this man, Warren, says that they won't believe what he has to say.
Yeah, they give kind of the, like, we kind of specialize in not believing in the just tell us what you were going to tell us.
He finally admits that he was put on trial and sentenced to death for robbing a liquor store. And they were like, "Oh, like did you just do that?"
Yeah, and he's like, "No, it was 30 years ago, but it's a robbery in which he killed the clerk or whatever."
Yeah. He just got out of prison.
I didn't mean that for that to sound like I don't care about that clerk's life.
Just some fucking
just a clerk or whatever.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. No life lost.
No lives lost.
Yeah. But
Jesus.
They were like, he was like, "Yeah, I just had trial. I just got out of prison." They're like, "What?" Well, hold on. And he woke up in a courtroom in a barn at the apple farm. They confirmed that Warren was at the same bar that Hammond visited just before he died.
Right.
Warren is surprised that they believe him and starts describing the symbols in the courtroom. Because I think Dean's just like, what? What are you talking about? Like, Dean's still not kind of believing this story.
I don't know what Dean's deal
What the fuck his problem is this episode?
I mean, truly, I don't know
I think it's that guilt is eating away at him to the point where he's just like not working the same.
I know,
way.
but like, do you want to work a regular case or not? I obviously he can't get over it or whatever, but like, what do you want, man? Like,
I like that you're basically what you're saying is like fucking like man up, like toughen up, like
yeah, Jesus, oh the fucking feelings all the time, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, this is you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm famously tough.
Yeah, and not about your feelings.
I mean, I'm not really about my feelings.
No, you've got a lot of them, I think, but I think you're also don't talk about them. This is not a conversation for this podcast.
Maybe I don't want to talk about them. You don't know me.
I give you a fucking key to my life.
Yeah, and I will use it as I see fit.
Yeah, whenever.
And I will not reciprocate.
I know the key to your door, the code to your door. No, I don't.
No.
It doesn't have a code.
That's right.
Fuck.
You'll never get the code to my door or my heart.
Oh my God. I know the way to your heart.
I don't let anyone in.
I know the way to your heart. I'll just make that steak again.
Oh, man. I wouldn't say that's the way to my heart.
Something else that starts with an H, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hole. I meant hole.
Hole. Sorry. I thought you meant like hard on or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Hole? Jesus.
Yeah.
Hole? It's so vague. Which one?
It doesn't matter.
Jesus.
Any one I want with that fucking steak, that's for sure.
Good Lord. I mean,
you'll take my meat and then take my meat.
Good Lord.
Dean takes Sam out and says that he doesn't see why they have to investigate because the victims are getting what they deserve.
Yeah, Dean's kind of perspective here is like every one of these people is bad and bad is what they are.
And one was a fucking clerk. So
and people don't change, which is like, I mean, it's his treatise from last episode. It's like people don't change. Ergo, I'm right to kill you behind my brother's back.
Yeah.
I'm so right that I won't tell him about it because I know it's right.
Yeah, that's when you know that something's right is you hide the information.
Forever, yeah.
Sam insists on going to a bar, going to find a bar, and Dean says that he's going to go check out the bar.
Sam is going to find the barn.
Yes.
And Dean is going to a bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And this is where Sam is like, what, to go drinking or to investigate? And Dean's like, oh, I'll do what I want. It's like, since when has Dean's drinking been up? I mean, it's either always been a problem, or it's never been a problem. This episode, all of a sudden, wants us to be like, oh my God, is Dean like drinking himself to death?
Yeah.
It's like,
look, if Lisa didn't have a problem with it, neither do we.
Yeah, and that was great. He only hit Ben like twice.
Yeah, but not because he was drunk.
Yeah, and that matters.
Because he was angry.
Yeah. It's because he was angry and seeing things.
Yeah, and he deserved it.
Don't you understand? Ben asked too many questions.
Yeah. And
Ben looked at his car once.
Ben asked him about his business, and you never ask me about my business.
Yeah, so,
Potato, tomato.
Dean's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. Boop, 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 boop. Sam checks. Oh, nope. Hold on.
Now you're being so careful not to like go backwards because I called you out on it. You're like, now I got to go forwards. I don't want to say it again.
Look.
What do you have feelings? I'm going to go drink.
That's all you ever do. So, Sam asks him about, fuck, God damn it. Sam returns to see Warren, who refuses to go with him.
Did we talk about the barn?
Yes.
Okay.
Sam wants to go to the barn and with Warren, and Warren says he's not going back.
But
there.
did we talk about when he goes the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
'Cause that's where they met him.
Oh, right. Sorry. No. Yeah.
Now he's fucking going back in the story.
Sorry. This is the first time.
Wow. Fucking catch up.
Well, I've just been having a drink. Well, I can't blow off
of
a
course.
little...
Another fucking drink.
I can't blow off a little steam at the end of the day.
Only if you smack me up a little bit.
I don't know, man.
I've been a bad boy.
I don't feel good about this.
And neither should I.
I don't like it.
Warren claims that he is the people that he had killed are waiting for him. And so he's not going outside.
Yeah, and so
Sam does the genius idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He just
thing
pours
done twice in this episode.
He pours a tight salt ring around.
Yeah. What could ever go wrong?
Yeah, and he's just like, don't leave this. I'll be back.
Yeah.
It could be 4 hours. It could be 2 days. Don't go to the bathroom. Sit in this fucking salt.
Also, one really important thing you can't forget. Oh shit, I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So Sam puts him inside the circle of salt and gives him a TV remote.
Yeah.
And then
that'll hold him.
Yeah. And then sends the symbols to Bobby to
He
look
comes
up.
back later and the guy's like, "Have you seen Breaking Bad?"
That would be so
just
funny.
been binging.
Yeah. Dr. Sexy is great. At the bar, Dean orders a double and flirts with the waitress, Mia.
She's pretty hot.
Maya.
Yeah, Mia mama.
Mia like it.
Here I come again.
Yeah.
My.
God, I wish I could come again.
Oh, what?
What?
Jesus.
She offers to listen to Dean's story and talks about...
I would say here I come again because it's the opposite of go, because I flipped Mama and Mia.
Oh, yeah. Here I come again on my own.
Burp.
Going down that only road I've ever known.
Oh, man, that's about jerking off by yourself.
Like a drifter, I've always jerked off alone.
I was born to walk alone.
Yeah, wink.
Yeah.
Do you know what the original...
I made up my mind. I'm not wasting no more time.
Do you know what the original version of that song says?
Here I go again?
Yeah. Instead of a drifter, it says a hobo.
Really?
Yeah, if you can
like
find
a
the original.
hobo. I was
Yeah,
born.
it's so bad. Like a hobo.
Drifter is such a better word.
Oh yeah, no, it's funny. You can easily find the original version. It says hobo. It's like the only change.
Oh, I love that. Like
Yeah.
a hobo I was born.
You can find look up original like the version of that song.
That's so bad.
I know. The first time I ever heard it, I was like, "Oh,
Drifter is such a rock and roll word."
yes, hobo." It's so like unpoetic. That's like if today they said like an unhoused person I was born to walk.
That's God, that's funny.
So she offers to listen to Dean's story, and he talks about how he's going behind someone's back, and she's like,
Yeah.
fucking go behind my back."
Yeah, he drinks 3 doubles in a row.
And she's like, this is about enough for I can still feel good about
but
this.
she's like, you got to slow down. He wants another.
yeah,
She's
that's
like, you
right.
got to slow down, and you're like, oh, finally, she's gonna like cut him off, and then she goes, because I'm paraphrasing here, but she goes like, I'm off in an hour, and I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. You better not get fucking whiskey dick.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll switch to beer, and she's like, great.
Yeah, not the solution.
So yeah, I don't care about you as a person. As long as that dick is hard,
Yeah.
you can have all the beers you want.
Yeah, and she points to a sign that says liquor before beer, you're in the clear. No, liquor before beer, you're in my rear.
Beer before liquor, you finish quicker.
Oh God, I wish that was the problem.
I mean, cool.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like I'll TMI.
Yeah, you like roll it in like a fucking soft toothpaste. Yeah.
Jesus.
Mia says that it doesn't make any sense to feel guilty, and shares a drink with him, and they suggest that they get together.
Yeah.
A man sitting next to Dean at the bar listens with interest. Sam then drives.
I'd love to listen to those two fuck. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
Sam drives to the apple farm and finds the barn from Warren's description.
Yeah.
Bobby then calls him to identify the symbols and that the god is Osiris.
Yeah. So he's the god of
judge, jury, and
Judgment.
executioner who weighs in on the guilt of victims and executes them if they're guilty.
Yeah.
He surfaces from time to time and no other information.
And Bobby is like, you guys got to get the fuck out of that town. And he's like, he targets people who feel guilt. Who does that sound like to you?
Yes.
Which is such a funny meta moment. I really like that.
Dean waits outside of the bar for Mia now, nerving himself for their
He's like
date.
psyching himself up. He's like, come on, you stupid dick. You can get hard again. Come on.
Been there.
I mean, we
Look,
all have. I was about to play holier than thou.
Pussy, whatever, not me.
Of course we've been there.
Yeah.
No, not like this. Not
get
like
out of
this.
Which is getting in your head. It's the worst way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd
rather not think about it.
Yeah. Let's subscribe to our Patreon where we talk about men's adult health.
I mean, kind of. We talk around it. You're making that sound like it's like a good conversation.
No, subscribe.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's the Dr. DC Patreon.
Yeah, you won't regret it.
Oh, God. Me convincing somebody to sleep with me.
Jesus.
As he receives a call from Sam, a figure grabs Dean from the shadows and yanks him back, leaving the cell phone to fall on the ground.
Yeah.
Sam tries to call Dean, and Mia finally picks up the phone where she finds it.
Yeah, she's like, I was supposed to meet a guy to fuck right here, but only his phone was left.
Yeah, and then this is where Sam, who doesn't say who he is, says, wait right there.
Yeah, I'll fill that gap.
Like, literally and figuratively.
I don't know if you know this, but I got cum gutters.
Yeah. I could be soulless for a moment.
I've got cum gutters, and you're standing next to the road gutter. So tell me that's not karma.
And you feel like a rainfall.
Cool.
Yeah. He tells her to wait there while he comes to the bar.
Yeah.
Then at the hotel, we see Warren watching TV when the lights suddenly start to flicker.
And he immediately gets spooked. Holy shit, what the fuck?
The lights started flickering in this room.
What the fuck?
That's fucking...
Stop feeling guilty.
Yeah, where do I fucking start?
What do you have to be guilty about?
Yeah, what have I done?
I didn't mean to pause so long there.
He
immediately gets spooked. He breaks the salt circle.
Yeah.
He runs down the hall, and at the end of the hall, the ghosts of like the clerk and the clerk's wife or whatever appear and shoot him.
Yeah, the shoot him.
They shoot him, Glenn.
His victims, are waiting there and shoot him. Fuck, I did it. Sam,
hell yeah.
Sam goes to the bar and meets with Mia, and confirms that there's red soil on the ground.
It's like, hi, you were trying to fuck my brother?
Yeah, I'm brother shaped.
What a weird fucking thing to say. I'm brother shaped. Let me in that brother shaped box.
He ain't horny. He's my brother.
Jesus Christ.
But he then goes back to the barn at the apple farm and discovers that now it is filled with Egyptian statuary.
Yeah, Dean is tied up in the middle of the room.
Nice.
We see
the Osiris is now in his like full regalia of Egyptian like
this actor.
Oh yeah. Ooh, give me information for the first time.
This actor, very recognizable, but for some they might be like, but from where?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
The two main places. He's the terrorist leader that kidnaps Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie.
Hell yeah.
And he's also Captain Robo of the USS Kelvin in 2009 Star Trek.
More importantly.
Movie. Yeah. He's the one that tells him to polarize the view screen, which is such an insane order to have to give. Everyone on the bridge is just like fucking staring at the sun. And then he's like, polarize the view screen. They're like, oh, yeah, good idea.
So
that should be automatic.
Yeah. That's a thing that a ship at that point should do.
It's so one of those things where it's like, we need business in this scene. It's like, I don't know, tell them to polarize the view screen. It's like, that should be automatic.
Yeah.
They're all just like staring at the fucking sun until he comes in. He's like, polarize the view screen. They're like, oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot that. Why did you take it off automatic in the first place? It was a hard time to see stuff sometimes. Just kept doing it when I looked at a bright planet.
You should walk out the bridge and just be like, blinds down. You just peek through. Who's out there? They just
I like that it's just like regular blinds.
Yeah.
So
he's got to go up to the view screen and turn the fucking.
Oh fuck, wrong way.
Yeah, it's like my fucking fingers.
Yeah. Fuck, they're Venetian.
Yeah.
Osiris points out that he listened to Dean talking about his guilt at the bar, and then Dean calls out to Sam. Oh no, then Osiris calls out to Sam.
Yeah, Osiris is like, speaking of which, you just gonna watch, buddy? And then Sam
which
comes
like
out.
That's cool if that's what you're into.
Yeah. Sam was like, I was gonna, with Mia, but
and Osiris is like, I get it.
yeah, I hear you, man.
no reason to feel guilty about that. Osiris tells Sam to leave before he decides him, but Sam insists that his brother should have a lawyer.
Okay, this bit is so insane. Osiris is a god from another country and culture.
Using magic? I don't know.
Using magic and from another time. And Sam comes in with a like, this is America. He's like, my brother is entitled to representation.
Yes.
It's like, is he?
Yeah.
By what rule? And he's like, he deserves a fair trial. It's like, does he?
Yeah.
By any of these things. And then Tina's like, what? And Sam like literally says, I'm pre-law. Yeah. Which is crazy that our joke...
So funky. The thing that we've been joking about for so fucking long is finally come to fruition.
It's a plot point.
Yeah. I do like the Dean response. Yeah, before law.
Yeah.
Which also just brings up the question, like, what the fuck is pre-law anyways?
Well, yeah, and can you get a lawyer if it's only pre-law? Can you pass the bar if it's only pre-law?
Also, like,
I'm trying to make a pre-cum joke. Can you pass the bar if it's only pre-law?
I see. Yeah. You can't convict if it's pre-law.
I don't know, man. I've never. I'm like, oh no, this parachute is a knapsack.
So intrigued, Osiris agrees and calls 3 witnesses, ignoring Sam's objections. Which I love every single thing that he does. Sam's like, I object, and it's like, I'm barely allowing this to happen.
Here's the thing.
Was there some sort of kangaroo court or camel court?
Here's the thing. Even in the show, Dean pulls Sam out of like his 4th year of college at the start of that semester. So it's kind of like, I've only been to like one pre-law class. They told us we could object?
Yeah. This is a thing that I learned?
It's like, that's all he remembers.
Yeah, he's like, hearsay. So insubstantial.
Permission to treat the witness as hostile.
I've been watching I'm into season 2 of Suits. I could do better law than Sam.
I would be such a good lawyer.
I mean,
I watched so much goddamn Suits.
I was waiting for this to come out.
I am a great lawyer.
Oh my god.
I'm the best lawyer.
Oh yeah, well, let's jump really quickly.
Yeah, I could captain a starship. I'm the best lawyer.
Harvey also looks like a young Paul Newman.
He has a bit of that, yeah. Like, I would buy a salad dressing from him.
I mean, he could pour as much ranch down my throat as he wanted.
Some of Newman's own.
Yeah.
Newman's own me.
Yeah, it's weird that it's a wink that he's doing. Yeah. Osiris calls Joe Harvell as his first witness.
Yeah, Joe's back.
Yeah, baby.
Ghost Joe.
Yeah. She explains that they worked together, her and Dean, and Osiris notes that she admired Dean as a hunter and a mentor.
Yeah, Osiris's argument is that Dean kind of like led her down the road of being a hunter.
Yes.
We even get like kind of flashback clips of like Hell House and shit like that, like her first true kind of case, all this sort of stuff. Because Osiris is trying to say, he feels guilty about you dying, and it's because he inspired you to become a hunter and live that life, and that's where you ended up.
Jo admits that she trusted him, and Osiris asks if it was hard working with Dean considering her feelings for him.
Yeah.
But he points out that Dean got her started on her first case and asks if she would have chosen that exact same road without him and still ended up dying in a hardware store.
Yeah.
When Dean tries to object, Osiris silences him and invites Sam to cross-examine.
Yeah, and Sam's big
Jesus
gotcha
Christ,
moment
he's so fucking bad.
is pretty bad.
He's
like,
so bad.
your dad was a hunter, right? And she's like, yeah. And he goes, so did you admire him too? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, I rest my case.
Yeah. It's less that like it's bad what he's doing, but more the confidence in which he says these things.
He's saying not much very confidently.
Yeah, he's just like, ha ha,
Yeah.
you fucking idiot. God, I've got you.
It's not necessarily a bad argument.
No. It's more of the fact that
But he
comes
also-
in. Like, it's the fucking.
He
like,
also doesn't like establish it very
no.
well. He kind of just like does the bare minimum and then goes, no more questions.
Yeah. Need I say anything else?
Yeah.
He-
You might as well turn around to Dean and go like thumbs up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like, as if it was the smoking gun, which it is not.
Yeah.
Sam establishes that that her dad and that she would probably become a hunter. Anyways,
Yeah.
when she tries to talk to Dean, Osiris sends her away and gives the brothers a moment to strategize.
I like that. I like that she's not like a mindless ghost.
This
like
is the
she's
thing
very
that-
clearly her.
Yeah.
And even like Osiris has an agenda here, and she's like, it's not Dean's fault. I don't blame Dean. But like, it's not one of those things where like we bring back a ghost and they go, you did this to me.
Which is
The chains we forged in life. Like, there's none of that kind of shit. She just goes, I don't blame Dean for this at all.
Most of the time when we've ever seen ghosts from the past, it's typically all versions of characters that we've, unless it's in heaven, it's all fake versions of these characters or like a component of them.
Right.
But yeah, we really just get to see actual.
Or yeah, like a hallucination, and it's like
Yeah.
your subconscious feeds it all the bad thoughts or something. Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. It's true.
Dean says that he has no idea who Osiris has planned next, and Osiris calls Sam.
Yeah.
Osiris points out that Sam had a life and a fiance until Dean showed up and dragged him back. into
Sam should have said, this is highly irregular.
Yeah.
Calling opposing counsel as a witness.
Highly irregular.
Objection, Your Honor.
See, God,
This didn't come up in discovery.
Oh my God, Reed, are you a lawyer?
I am now.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
mean, I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
what
I'm gonna subpoena that ass.
Hell yeah! Take me to your private chambers.
Oh, I'm not a judge. I'm a lawyer.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh. May I approach the bench?
Oh yes, let's confer, counsel. See, I have been watching Suits. Fuck yeah.
Suits is such a good show.
Such a fucking good show. I only ever watched like the first like 2 seasons.
A friend of mine was like the second or first AD on that show for
Really?
like almost the entire run.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that our next podcast?
I've been joking about it, but I would do a Suits podcast with you.
So good. Oh my God. Is this happening?
Is this happening?
I gave you a key to my place. It can happen anytime you want.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, always on like Fridays at 3 a.m. Richard and I record a Suits podcast. You can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's on OnlyFans. It's only for fans of Suits.
Yeah, obviously
Yeah,
that's what OnlyFans is for. Just very hyper specific podcasts. Sam says that it wasn't Dean's fault, but Osiris isn't convinced.
Yeah.
He asks Sam if Dean dragged him along so that he wouldn't die alone. Sam says that he's positive it would have happened regardless of Dean, and Osiris says that he believes him.
Yeah, this is an interesting bit. Osiris is like, I believe you, Sam,
Yeah.
but you actually don't have to convince me. This is where Osiris says, like, I don't determine Dean's guilt. I just weigh how much he's got. So it's like he believes it. So like the verdict's already in. He's like, you don't have to convince me to overturn anything. Dean just believes he's guilty for these things, so he is.
Yeah. So Sam calls Dean to the stand.
Yeah.
And Osiris agrees.
It's time to dazzle him.
That's right.
Yeah.
He tries to establish for Dean's benefit that he has nothing to feel guilty about concerning the deaths of Joe and Jess.
Right.
Osiris is amused by Sam's attempts, and Sam pushes the issue, pointing out that Dean has nothing to feel guilty about.
Yeah.
Osiris asks Dean.
I don't know if just telling people not to feel guilty makes them feel not guilty.
I mean, it sure seems that way though, because he's like, yeah, this doesn't make sense, and Dean's like, well, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Just like instantly.
Oh man, I gotta quit drinking.
Yeah, this is like when somebody goes to you and they're like, hey, calm down. And it's like, oh yeah.
All right, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for the
unorthodox,
suggestion.
but but Osiris asks Dean if he still wants him to call the third witness.
Yeah, and I like that he's like, I think you know who it is.
Yeah.
And Dean's like, no, don't call them. It's fine.
Yeah, everything's
I'm pretty
fine.
guilty.
But your brother's pre-law, man. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Pre-guilt overrides pre-law.
Yeah. Listen, I know the taste of pre-law. Where there's pre-law, law's right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, truly.
Yeah.
It's actually not as effective as you might think. I was really worried about pre-law as a kid, but I'm realizing now.
Yeah, I've been trying to do the withdraw the case method.
Yeah. Honestly, regular law doesn't work as well as most people might think.
I mean, that's also true.
When you're really trying to get a case closed.
Yeah, when you're trying to get a conviction.
Yeah, when you're really like actively trying to get a conviction, real law doesn't actually work as well.
Yeah,
let alone pre-law. Sometimes you have to bring in separate consultants to even make it work, and even then.
Yeah, sometimes you need a team of lawyers.
Yeah, and even then, well,
I might be mixing metaphors slightly. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Yeah. No. Dean and Sam then return to the hotel and find the police have taken away Warren's body.
Yeah. And Sam's like, but it was the impenetrable salt circle.
Yeah, when has that ever not worked?
Damn it.
Maybe we'll do it one more time with Dean.
Yeah.
Sam says that they can figure something out, but Dean isn't convinced.
I like this idea that Osiris, like, does the sentence and then lets people go. And goes, like, get your shit in order.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's more interesting than just,
baby.
like, killing. I don't think it makes a ton of sense, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Bobby finally comes up with a way to put Cyrus down for a couple of centuries.
Yeah, this is interesting, too, because we faced other, like, old gods before. Yeah. This is the first time we've been like, we actually can't kill this one, but we can.
Well, what they say is that, like, we don't know the way, but we figured out this.
Yeah.
Because there's an interest.
Because, like, the Christmas episode, they kill those old gods.
No, I know, but...
And with the fucking, what's the one in the first season? The Vanir?
Oh, yeah.
They kill that one, too.
Yeah.
You know, like, but this one, they're like, we don't know how to kill him, but this will take him out for 200 or 300 years. And you're like, so, okay.
I do like that the comment about, like, let's hunters, like, in the future deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny, yeah.
I do like that. But what they can do is stab the god with a ram's horn.
Yeah.
Which is apparently something that
Got
Jewish
your ram's
people...
horn right here. I was going to give this to Mia at the bar, but...
Yeah. I mean, I've taken the pill, so, like...
Yeah, it's crushed ram's horn. It's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah. I got to give it to somebody. Otherwise, like, why waste the pill?
Jesus.
But we do find out that Jewish people blow on them once a year.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Do they say that once a year?
Yeah. That's they don't say why. They just say Jewish people blow.
This is a weird scene.
Yes.
Sam goes and breaks into a synagogue to steal this horn.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, the light flicks on and he wheels around and the rabbi or whomever is there and says, like, oh, I guess you're not here to pray. Or
did
like
it the second
whatever.
time too, didn't you?
I can't help it. I have my father's gift for voices.
Oi, Gewalt, what are you doing?
But, like, it never comes up again. Like, we don't do the thing where it's like, I don't want to hurt you, son, and then we cut and it's like he's just casually tying him up or anything. There's no follow up on it. It's like, so why did Sam have to be, like, caught stealing?
So that we could find so that we could then set up the spin-off show, Sam and the Rabbi.
Oh, I totally forgot we pitched this. Oh, Oh, yeah. Sam and a rabbi solving crimes. Oh, I totally forgot that we pitched that.
Yeah. They go through a portal and they have like a decade of crimes that they solve together.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Sam, you need to stop with all this demon blood. What are you going to do?
You're sounding, I mean.
Say it.
Little Annie?
Hey, what are you going to do?
No, that won't.
No, you won't, Sam.
The Jedi.
A demon? Oh, no.
Your Jedi mind tricks don't work on Dondarrians.
Sam reminds his brother that Dean wasn't the one who killed Joe and tells him to do what he has to protect himself from ghosts.
Yeah.
Once Dean encloses himself,
So
also,
Dean just does the exact same shit.
hey, remember that thing that just didn't work a few minutes ago?
Also, and it happens in this episode, but every time they make one of those salt circles, a window opens
Yes.
and the wind blows it away.
Even Joe is like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I was a hunter. I know how this works. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. So Sam goes to like take the horn to deal with
hey, what are you doing?
Little Sammy?
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll ride the Impala for you and win the race, and then you can let go of my mom from hell.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, they don't not work.
Yeah, I'm just saying, close enough.
Sam goes to take the horn
Yeah.
to kill Osiris.
Yeah.
Or not kill him, but take him out.
Well, that kills him-ish.
Yeah.
We then go to
It kills time, that's for sure.
That's right.
Anyway,
At the bar.
Dean is and then Dean is there stuck at the in his stupid fucking salt circle.
That's right. Osiris is drinking at the bar and watching Mia, because, I mean, I get it.
I mean,
What else
I
are
don't
you
want to
gonna
be
do?
that guy.
But, like,
But I am.
yeah. I'll take a double, please.
No, I want fuck you. I don't want a limp dick. Fuck. Such a weird exchange.
Yep.
You could get blackout drunk as long as that fucking cock works.
Yeah.
Like, that's essentially what she had said to Dean.
Yep.
I can give a shit about your well-being. You could drive a car into a fucking tree afterwards as long as I get plowed.
I mean,
I don't care.
yeah, I'd like you to
I'm a bartender.
drive your car into this tree.
Yeah.
Also, when Dean's out in the back, he's just like, "Come on, man! Like you could. This is like shooting fish in a barrel. Basically, is what he says. Like,
Yeah, it kind of implies that like he hasn't done anything since Lisa,
yeah, which
tracks.
it's also
But
kind of adorable.
It is because he's a soft boy. He shouldn't be angry drink fucking.
Yeah, he also shouldn't be pretending like he's that guy.
Yeah, that's true. He's beyond that now.
Yeah. But Mia's talking to another guilty customer at the motel room. Joe says,
Do we know what the customer's talking about?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Joe says that she would never do it on her own, and says that Dean deserves better, and he insists that she deserves better.
It's interesting too that like how she's talking.
Yeah.
Again, she's still herself, but she's clearly like
Controlled.
Osiris has, as sort of god of the underworld, has this kind of necromancer power to be like, you will kill Dean.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel good about it. You don't have to.
You can
say,
talk your way out of it,
you
but
can-
like,
but, like,
it doesn't matter. Your actions are.
you're
still
gonna do it.
Yeah.
which is sort of interesting.
Sam convinces the rabbi to give him the horn and drives.
We don't
back to
see
the
that.
hotel.
So
Joe tells
until
Dean,
next time, more adventures.
God, Rabbi, it's been 10 years.
We're just pitching like a Rick and Morty adventure.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
But
yeah.
it's Sam and a rabbi.
Yeah. Sam and a rabbi going on adventures. La, 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 la. If I was a rabbi and I was hunting all the demons and the ghosts all overnight.
Wow. I got to imagine that's offensive on some
If
level.
I was a hunter, la, 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 la. I can do it. It's fine.
You keep saying that.
Because I'm Jewish.
I don't know that that's the carte blanche you think it is.
I mean, that's what I said when I murdered that person last night.
Oh.
No, it's fine. I'm Jewish.
Some of my best friends are Jewish. They're like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm like, oh, this isn't broadly applicable?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we killed a pretty important guy to Christianity. I don't know.
Wow. Jesus. I mean, I named him, but...
I was like, wow, put the name to the fucking crime. Jesus.
Yeah, he's not just a statistic. He's got a name. It's not just one of the countless numbers.
Yeah. I'm tired of all this Jesus on Jesus crime. Joe tells Dean.
I don't like it, man. It's no bueno.
Joe tells Dean that her life was good, but Dean says that she and Sam were kids and he dragged them along just as Osiris had said. She says that Dean carries all of his kinds of guilt that he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
He wonders what happens when he gets rid of the guilt, and Joe tells him that it's time to die.
Yeah. So she starts like opening all of the...
She turns on the gas
gas on the stove.
Yeah. The same way that Joe herself had died.
Yeah.
Sam then goes to the bar to find Osiris, while the guilty woman comes out. The temperature in the room in the hotel then suddenly drops and the window shatters. And Joe basically is like, look, like, I'm still a hunter. Like,
yeah.
I'm not doing this, but like, I still have to do it. So
yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get away with
Also,
that
even
easy.
when they're not hunters, ghosts fucking know this. They like
This is Ghost 101.
the hula hoop thing that
Yes.
like fans came up with or whatever.
Yes.
Like put salt in a hula hoop. Like how that never occurred to anyone.
So good.
It's crazy.
The guilty woman then gets into her car and Osiris grabs her. Joe takes out the lighter of Dean's jacket and prepares to light it.
Yeah, and Osiris is trying to kidnap this woman. He's like struggling. Like he took
It's
Dean pretty
so
easy.
funny.
But this woman like does any motion at all, and he's like, oh. He's like kind of like
He's got
the
like
god of the underworld is like losing his
that we
grip.
can barely know how to kill him.
Yeah.
But also is just like human abilities.
Like, shit, Butterfingers. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's like,
I like the idea that she like kicks him in the nuts and he's like, oh my pyramid.
go on, find an Egyptian. Yeah. Good.
Oh, he got me right in the camels.
Oh yeah, right in the fucking Pharos of Alexandria.
Oh, I'm seeing a total mirage right now. No, you're gonna get another one.
I was gonna go to a dark place.
Yeah.
But Sam comes up behind.
My snake totally can't come out of the basket now.
Jesus, I don't know, man.
But Sam comes out of the dark and fucking stabs him with the goddamn ram's horn.
Yeah, and he kind of like Indiana Jones ages into like mummy form. It's a pretty good effect.
Hell yeah.
And that I like that.
Joe drops the lighter and strokes Dean's cheek.
Yeah. Stroke me. Yeah.
And she disappears and we cut to the next day.
Yeah. A classic, we've parked the car somewhere. Let's
Sharing
have a beer. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Dean explains that Joe's ghost was the Joe that they knew, but just a little bit happier.
Yeah.
He then asks Sam...
Still hot as shit, though.
Hotter because she's older.
Yes.
In real life.
Yeah.
He then asks...
That's basically always true. Everyone is always hotter, basically, the older they get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost in perpetuity.
Looking at you, ghost ship lady at the gala.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Would.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Good call.
He then asks Sam...
I was just going to say Helen Mirren.
But yeah, the same sitch, but hornier.
I can't get over... This is a slight sidebar here, but I can't get over how the person on screen that has the most sexual chemistry with Vin Diesel is Helen Mirren.
That's crazy.
I want them to fuck so bad. anytime they're on screen together, it's like, and it's both ways. It's not, she's not carrying him. Vin is there.
Wow.
He's like delivering. You're like, man,
did they? Yeah.
I want Dom and Queenie to fuck. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's not something that Sub Toretto could do.
No, absolutely not. Sub Toretto wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Please tell me you brought that to the
I
Toretto
did.
talks.
I did. I brought it up last week. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Did your sister like it?
Yeah, she did.
Hell yeah.
She particularly liked the "you can have any drink you like."
Well, he's becoming a rabbi.
Well, no, I didn't.
You can have any drink you
can have
like.
any drink. I didn't do that. Fuck. I'm bad at voices, man.
It's you're your father's son.
Yeah.
He then asks Sam why he volunteered to defend him, because he's like, you're fucking pre-law.
I'm pre-law.
That means no law. That's before law. And admits that he was pretty convincing to no one.
He was not.
He was
absolutely wasn't.
Sam asks his brother who the final witness would have been, but Dean lies and says that he has no idea.
Yeah, Dean lies so unconvincingly, but Sam is like, all right. Dean's like, I don't know.
He then asks Sam why he wasn't on trial, and Sam says that he just doesn't feel guilty.
I like this. This is a good moment. Very well acted by Jared too, but he's just like, listen, I've done bad shit. Sometimes it was the demon blood. Sometimes it was starting the apocalypse. Sometimes it was having no soul. But like, I
sort of roll with it now.
It happened. I have to own that. But like, I also can't change it. All I can do is move forward. It's insane that Sam, the psychic demon blood drinking soulless,
murderer,
daddy issues, everything he's now the most well-adjusted a Winchester has ever been.
Yep, 1,000%. Any hunter has ever been.
It's crazy.
He it's a thing that I really like is that like from besides the like losing his mind component, he's kind of like changed for the rest of the series.
Yeah, it's true. It's a real turning point for Sam. Sam's pretty stable.
Totally. He admits that that it doesn't make up for everything that he's done, but he believes that he can finally move on with his life.
Yeah.
Sam said that he feels good, and the brothers drive off.
Yeah.
That's the end of the episode.
Well, holy shit.
What did you think of it?
Oh, man.
Second time around, any changes?
No. I basically feel the same way that I felt last week. I think this episode is mostly just kind of sloppy. Like, we introduce Osiris, like a new character, a new god from a different mythology and stuff like that. But we spend no time setting up, like, why? Because when Bobby describes him, he says he, like, pops up every once in a while, judges a few people, and leaves.
For reasons.
So he doesn't do this for everyone?
Yeah. It's not like he's, like, feeding or something. Like,
and either later in this season or in a later season, we meet a different god who has this job all the time.
Yes.
And you go, well, that I get, because he serves like a cosmological function.
Totally.
Osiris is like, I don't know, when I feel like it.
Yeah.
And when you feel guilty, I guess.
Yeah, when I get the hankering for some judgment.
I just don't, but like we also don't see, because he sends the ghosts to do it, and it's this weird kind of like comeuppance thing.
Yeah.
We don't get the sense of like...
I do like that the ghosts are the ones that like deal the judgment, but he still has to like capture them.
Yeah. He has to manually go and capture them. He can't send ghosts, of course. And then, the ghosts have to do it, but we don't get a sense that he's like feeding on guilt or like... We just don't set up enough about him. He's so ambiguous and unexplained. It's just kind of sloppy. And then in the context of the episode, like we don't dive deep enough into any of the people that we see.
Nope.
Like the ones that have died and their stories. We don't dive deep enough into the Joe thing. We don't reveal the Amy thing because we got to drag that out. Like all of it feels really like slapdash, and
really
then of course
should have been released in this episode.
And then the idea of like courtroom for your life is a great idea, and it's like nothing in this episode because there's barely rules.
Yeah,
Sam is like he deserves a fair trial, and Osiris is like I guess
this is fucking magic, and I'm not from here.
There's no like, it's not like that's the setup.
Yeah.
Like, everyone says I was on trial, but it just means that he sat down and he's like, here's the charges. Here's your guilt. Bam. You know? So, like, we also squander this idea of some sort of, like, celestial, like, battle of wits kind of thing. Like, that could be the whole episode. Is the courtroom kind of shit.
Yeah.
Make it like a courtroom drama.
Totally.
Would be interesting.
Yeah.
But we don't even do that.
No.
And then we also have this slapdash thing about the booze and the alcoholism.
Yeah.
And like, so now we care about this.
Yeah.
Dean obviously is in a weird space because of what he just did last episode.
Yeah.
But why do we now care about the
Joe
drinking?
thing.
Why the I don't know. It just, everything just feels like lazy, slapped together, incomplete.
Yeah.
There's great performances in here, though. I really like Osiris. I think Jared's fucking great in this episode. Even though what Sam is doing is like incomprehensible.
Yeah.
He's so good. And that last scene where he's like, I'm good, it's like you believe him. You can feel the weight off him. It's so relieving to watch.
Yeah.
He's fucking great. I think he's amazing in this episode, which is wild to say. I think Joe's good. But yeah, overall, I'd probably give this like a 3 sexually aggressive bartenders out of 5.
I don't disagree with you. I think I've actually like hardened a bit more towards this episode.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, but I've also had 3 doubles.
But you had to like talk yourself up.
Yeah.
To, like, fucking. Come on, man.
You could do it.
Harden on the episode.
I think my biggest problem is that like this episode should have been where you reveal the Amy thing.
Probably. We're always dragging shit out though when it's 23 episode seasons.
This is a fucking like this is a 15 episode power up before you fucking become Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I think that it should have been that. 2, it should have been both the brothers under trial for everything both of them have ever dealt with. Like that'd have been more interesting. It's like let's look at the entire let's do a fucking like look back at the like seasons kind of thing. Like or play on that concept.
Or you need to play it earlier that there's a reason Sam isn't on trial, because we just throw it away. It's like a line at the end of the episode. No. It should be more of a like
conversation piece as part of
Dean
this.
Be like, I feel horrible about all this. What about you? And Sam's like, I don't feel bad. And then it's like why don't you feel bad about shit, but I feel bad. Like there'd be a thing to work through.
Also, like all the best parts of like courtroom shows are fucking. This is why I'm not liking this episode. I'm realizing now it's because I've been watching Suits.
You've been watching Suits.
But I'm like the best parts of like the courtroom drama type things is like people doing their big speeches and then people being convinced and like coming up with secret information. All of the cool shit in a courtroom is not being done. And anytime something is cool is almost done, Osiris is like, "Fuck you, I'm
Osiris is like, actually, you're trying to convince me and you shouldn't."
Yeah. Like they undercut all of the cool shit.
That's true. Yeah.
And so I think that's the problem with it. Like I think that actor is carrying so much of this episode because he's so fucking good, until he's fucking undercut by fucking like trying to pick somebody, like grab somebody and then like struggling.
Yeah, which is so weird.
Which is just like this god we don't even know how to kill can't even grab somebody.
Like, fiddlesticks.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Sam's fucking law defenses is clearly written by somebody who doesn't actually understand law at all.
I also love that Sam is at the farm. Dean gets clearly abducted, and Sam could just be like, I guess I could just wait here because clearly
he's coming here.
They all come here, but he's like, no, I better drive all the way fucking
see
back.
Go see Mia, not in
and then drive all the way fucking back to the.
So stupid. I think like it's a bit of like a stitched together episode.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this 3 out of 5. Osiris getting kicked in the nuts. While he's trying to snatch somebody.
Yeah. Oh, my catacombs.
Right in my tahinis.
Tahinis?
Yeah.
Is that Egyptian?
It's like Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Let's not pick at it too much, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, my hummus. Is that better?
No, I think
Is that worse?
you're taking the wrong lesson from it. I think
It wasn't specific enough. I see the problem. Yeah.
I should go more Middle Eastern. That was your answer to that.
Yeah. Right in the shish kebabs. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how ancient Egypt is famous for fucking shish kebabs?
Sure, they got meat on spits. It's Middle East. You spit on that meat is what Mia said.
Jesus. Good
or
Lord.
spit, or turn me into a spit. Either way works.
Good Lord.
All right. Those were our reviews. Before we go, we've got a note from a fellow hunter.
All right, hit me.
Note from a fellow hunter from Isabel, who says, "Hi, Izzy from Utah." Again.
Hi, Izzy from Utah.
From what I understand, certain killjoys don't think getting absolutely plowed down by the epitome of Utah Republicans is funny, which it is.
Wait, who's the epitome of Utah Republicans? Like Romney?
I don't
remember. You're getting plowed down. I don't remember what this is about.
Neither do I.
Shit, sorry.
I know. I feel like we figured it out last time.
We might have.
And I don't
remember what this is about.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Thankfully, that didn't kill me, and I get to keep listening to your podcast, and I get to be doing...
Oh, are you also convalescing? Are you one of our listeners that's like...
Oh, I do remember this.
Gets injured and listens to us while they're healing?
Because they had like a car accident or something like that. And they had like bumper stickers that was like shitting on Republicans or something.
Oh, right. Jesus.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Wow.
But I get to be doing a lot more of listening to your podcast because I'm having surgery.
I mean, good. Hopefully it's good.
It's a weird commonality with our listeners.
Yeah.
They're all very highly proficient.
We have a
experts.
very captive audience.
Yeah.
You're like, I've been staring at the same wall.
One way or another, they're in a hospital.
Oh, yeah. It's either because they listened
or because they're professionals.
Yeah. Or because the sort of people that get hurt listen to our podcast.
In another turn of goofy, silly events, my job has once again attempted to kill me while listening to the two of you.
Jesus.
Maybe that's a common denominator. That's not admissible in court.
Objection?
That's hearsay. While it wasn't a politically motivated attack this time, it felt personal as I slipped on a patch of ice and tore both my MCL and meniscus. Yikes.
But how's that personal? Like...
She's in the hospital.
It was right after I killed a bunch of ice.
Sis.
Yeah,
fuck yeah. Don't worry, I wasn't alone. I had the two of you.
Oh, good. Did we call for help? Did we call the ambulance?
As I lie there in the snow waiting for both my roommate and emergency services to arrive. Good thing I work at a hospital, and since it happened at work, they have to pay for everything because that's not a normal thing in the States.
Yeah. I'm sorry that no, I'm not sorry we don't deal with that too. I'm sorry you deal with it.
Yeah. Y'all are great, and I can't wait to spend weeks bedridden listening to nothing but absolute thirst for Dean and trash for Sam.
Hell yeah. Hey, let's lay some thirst for Dean on. Dean gives a little like wink when Osiris is like, hey, Joe, your feelings for him?
Yeah.
And Dean's kind of like, huh?
Does
I love that Dean, even in that moment, is like, I know she's a ghost, but...
I mean, I saw that Aykroyd thing.
Yeah. Yeah, remember how Dan Aykroyd insisted he got blown by a ghost in Ghostbusters?
That's real!
It's what happens.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping Supernatural alive. Love, Izzy.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that you keep getting hurt.
And it's not related to us.
I'm glad that you're doing okay.
Just on the record while we're recording.
And I'm glad you're listening to the show.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, we'd love to keep talking
wow. Long pause.
I was finding it.
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah. This is new studio energy.
Do you know what I just thought of? But I can't remember how I got there the last time we recorded this.
What's that?
It's really bad.
What? Tell me.
I said a line as Dean last time.
Uh-huh.
Said, you could call me a hellhound because I'm going to tear up Joe's guts.
Yes, I do remember.
I don't remember how I got there last time.
But you just need that out.
It just came up in my head, and I was like, I need it. It needs to be out of my skull.
Yeah. Well, let's
very sorry.
If you want to continue,
it's so much worse when there's no context. It's like
it's
I just had like an aggressive misogynist thought. Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
No one will ever know. I'll be honest, guys. He didn't really have a good setup last time either.
Oh, shut the fuck up, man.
Let's continue this discussion on our Discord.
Yeah, patreon.com/ghostfacers. For only $1 a month, you get access to Angel Radio, our cool community Discord server. And it helps to support us.
That's right. And if you want to send a note about a past or future episode that we will read on the show, you can just email.
Yeah, ask your nurse to email us.
Yeah. Hello, nurse.
Hello, nurse.
Email ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com or reach out to us through our various social media platforms.
At GhostfacersPod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you listen every single week. And while you're there, why don't you give us a 5-star review, and we will read that on the episode in the future as well.
That's right.
Also, we've got merch.
Cool.
Yeah. Ghostfacerspodcaststore.com.
That was such a weird way to say it. We've got merch.
Yeah, if you want to get your bare naked ladies
greatest tits
merch, that's where you can buy it. And if you want more context for the jokes we make and the lives we live, you can subscribe to our other podcast, Dr. DC.
The Dr. DC podcast. We talk about comic books. We talk about superheroes. We talk a lot about our personal lives.
It's like 75% of what we talk about.
Yeah, pretty much. We answer listener questions about superheroes. If you like how we talk about monsters and lore and shit over here, you might like how we talk about that stuff over there.
And even more so, comic books are nice, but like the Patreon is really where we're 100% personal lives are talked about.
Yeah. Patreon.com/DrDC is like all of our deepest secrets, and also sometimes me talking about Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. And this month we're doing some indie books, which I think...
And whatever, some like comic book bullshit or something.
I did like the realization recently that we're like, oh, we could have been talking about comic books this entire time.
Only that month.
Yeah, only that month. But you're really going to want to subscribe next month for May... All right, that's it for this week. Say goodbye, bitch.
Jerk.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.